Hello, LP Brown artists. Welcome back after a nice, long, restful 2-week winter break. So, this week we're going to focus on an artist. Her name is Claudia Chaseling. But first, let's do our prize drawing. So, I'm going to draw one name from the tickets here. And again, you earn a ticket by coming to our Zoom art lesson and submitting your artwork on Schoology. Our winner today is Jade in Miss Mortenson's class. Congratulations, Jade. All right, so Claudia Chaseling creates abstract artwork, and she's known for her giant murals. You can see this one goes from the wall, and it actually spills down onto the floor here. She says it's a mix of natural and geometric shapes, lots of colors, lots of lines. And some of her artwork is actually inspired by an interesting phenomenon in nature where some pollution, radiation, has affected plants and caused these mutations. So you can see these flowers don't look exactly normal. They're not circular the way they normally would be. They're funky shapes. So if you look back at her artwork, you can kind of see some of those shapes in her art. We are going to create our own Claudia Chaseling abstract collage, and a collage is just pieces of paper glued together. What you'll need is 2 pieces of paper, scissors, and something to draw with, also some glue or tape. So to start off, paper and something to draw with. That is step 1. So grab your supplies and I'll meet you back here. Okay, here we have our piece of paper and some crayons or whatever you are choosing to draw with. I'm going to start with my paper vertical, the tall and skinny direction. We are going to cover our paper in lines, so try to fit as many lines as you can. So I'm going to start with a dashed line all the way from the bottom to the top. Okay, now I'll get a different color. Okay, purple again. Let's see, now I'll do a wavy line and see how close I'm keeping them together. Another type of line could be zigzag, again, keeping it close together. Next, loopy. Next one I'll do is kind of bumpy, lumpy, and a classic straight line. So I'm going to continue doing this all the way across my paper, and you do the same. Now my paper is filled with lines, a variety of lines. I'm going to turn my paper from vertical to horizontal and start drawing lines the other way. So same idea, but drawing lines from side to side, and again keeping them close. I'm going to do a time lapse, and you go ahead and fill your paper up with lines going the other direction. Well, my camera decided to just not record that, so here it is. I did lines going one direction and the other direction. So your paper should just be covered in lines, an explosion of lines. The next step is to flip your paper over. Now that your paper is flipped over, we are going to draw some organic shapes. Now, when you hear shape, you typically would think like triangle, square, circle, but those are called geometric shapes. What we are going to create are organic shapes. So they aren't the typical shapes you'd see in math. They're maybe what you'd see in nature. There's kind of funky lines connecting together. It does need to be a closed shape, so the lines are connecting, the two ends are connecting, but different shapes like that. So in order to do that, we are going to draw two lines like this. I'll draw a wavy line and then space down a zigzag line going top to bottom. Next, using a different color crayon, I'm going to draw two lines going the other direction. Again, whatever lines you want. Now it's like I have puzzle pieces. I'm going to cut the shapes out. So the easiest approach might be to start with one line and cut it out. So I'm going to start with this purple straight line and cut, cut, cut. And then I see two lines here. I'll start with the zigzag line. And it doesn't have to be perfect. If you mess up cutting, no one will know. It'll be a secret. So I have one organic shape here. By the time I'm done cutting out all of the organic shapes, and I flip them over, I have 9 pieces all together. So go ahead, cut out your 9 pieces, and then we will create our collage. Next, we are going to assemble our abstract collage. So our goal is to glue our organic shapes onto our background so they're close but not touching. So I have a few choices for my background, and you use whatever you want. I have blue paper. I also have this artwork that we did a while ago that I thought might be a fun background. So look around your home and see maybe there's something in the recycling that would be a fun background, or you can just use plain paper. So I'm going to go ahead and use this as my background and see how that turns out. You'll need glue or tape. If you don't have those things and you need them, definitely reach out to me and I can get those to you for the next supply pickup. So, whoop. I'm going to get my pieces to the side here and set down my background. Now, when you're gluing things down, you want to put the glue on the back of the piece, not onto your background, because if you go glue all over the background, then you just have a bunch of dry glue and it becomes a sticky mess. So, I just get glue all over one of the pieces and stick it on the background. Now I'm going to go through and glue each piece down onto the background, kind of scattered around. Again, close but not touching. It's okay if some of the pieces hang off of the edge of the paper. That's fine too. Whatever you think looks good. You could also take scissors and trim the edges as well